Hello guys, Lux, Angus here. So today is the next episode of Drakonian Emenations. And today is like the recap or like the story about like what has happened the last time when I have right now initiated myself in the solar sphere of Drakonian Emanations. And for the people who don't know about these initiation phases, the spiritual practice, like usually in a Western tradition, is Kabbalism, but what I'm doing is like the alternative version of the Kabbalistic initiation. I'm doing the Drakonian Emanations brought up by V.K. Hanum, where instead of using angels, of initiating oneself in a tree of life, you're using demonic meta-gods and also old-time pagan gods, for example Chernobog and Hecate. And yeah, I am right now initiating myself in the solar sphere of the Kabbalistic tree of life, but in this case the Drakonian Emanation tree of life. And what exactly have changed? Well, when I was in a Venusian sphere, I mean, there was really much big damn humbling experiences and big damn eye-opener, you know. I have really sacrificed, like what I found interesting, like with the Venusian sphere is like known to be like, you know, Venus, sexuality, fertility, beauty, glamour, fertility have also richness, wellness, and sexuality, you know. And like I really in this time of frame, I really like has sacrificed my own sexual energies to higher gods. Example like Lucifer, and also was introduced to Aphrodite, who is also like attributed to Venus, to work with them for self-love, for higher guidance and of such, but also like sacrifices being made, like beauty and their own sexual energy wise. An example of beauty of my own car, like I really got again into a car accident. I got into a inner ego death, like I really sobbed my eyes out. I really couldn't do anything anymore. It's like a really a stagnant phase. But everything changed more or less when I have gotten into the solar sphere. Like for right now, I sense like the sacrifices, what comes to me in the solar sphere is like the sacrifice of decision, the sacrifice of which material path you will go further in, because this sacrifice in solar sphere, what I really have the feeling is will be my current job, you know, will be like my current situation in my workplace. I have the feeling, because I myself cannot identify myself anymore with this, you know. And well, and like my sense of self also have stabilized in a solar sphere. As of right now, I feel more and more comfortable, but also feel more and more real with myself, if I know what I mean. Like there is some sort of self-acceptance, but also like a sense of I can do more with these powerful energies that I have as this person right now, that I must willing to project onto a goal, project onto self-evolution, and doing it actively, and being self-assured, strong-willed behind it. And like these are the teachings right now. Like in the solar sphere, like comes for me the challenge of like burning away all this stagnation, all of these self-images, so to say, self-images that is needlessly holding you back. Like some self-images, like you think like you are in that way, like just for example, you think in actuality you tell yourself you are bad in some certain things, but in actuality you're not bad in this category. You're just telling yourself, you're just making up a fake ego, making up a fake personality that you yourself are really not. And the solar sphere reveals, so to say, or solidifies, so to say, your real inner core personality, and thus your true will. And of course, in the solar sphere also will be in contact with your higher self, your demon, in the more Western traditions, so-called holy guardian angel. But on our way, it is our diamond, our diamond, our own higher guidance that we have in ourselves. And paradoxically, like, my previous walking was like transforming my chakras, being more in alignment with the left-hand path, and after this I being led to walking also more with my diamond, with my self-images, with my mask, with my timelines, where really, like, it is a big story, but long story short, as of right now, I'm strengthening my true sense of self. I'm feeling more grounded in myself. I have more energy, I have more clarity, and I'm being prepared. Really, I'm being prepared for something bigger. Like, for right now, this part is like what is. Maybe it will become a second video to this part, because I know it isn't done. This fear isn't over, and I will see, guys. Yeah, guys, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening, and we shall see you again. Lux Anguis out. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lux Anguis Serpentine Publisher. And this, I think, is the second part of Drakonian Emanations of the Solar Sphere that I am right now have completely initiated. And what significant difference I have witnessed right now on this path is, like, I am more connected than usually to the spiritual world. I mean, I have right now more denser experience with the spiritual dimensions out there. What I mean by that, like, when I'm walking with spiritual forces, with beings, they manifest themselves more clearly, more visibly around me when I am consciously or sometimes unconsciously interacting with them. What I mean by that, as of right now, like they have taught me something important. I think this video you will find under demonic gnosis or insights. Demonic gnosis or insights, yes, this is how called the video is, like my newest demonic insight that I have read recently, that for me is like something new that I've experienced outside of books, And what I also find interesting, like in this solar sphere where I've initiated myself right now, it wasn't that much dramatic. It wasn't that much unbearably painful as of I usually experience as of right now. Like I really sacrifice so many things to come to the solar sphere, to the center of this Drakonian emanations, of the center of this Drakonian tree of life, I have like sacrificed and witnessed and experienced so many ego deaths and accidents and sicknesses, that right now it is not that bad as of right now, like, but like more or less I also sacrificed. I was also again unintentionally my sexual fluids to some deities, because like I think more insights you will see in this video that I have mentioned about. But well, I really got much clearer in my head. I am more steadfast on my healthy habits, and I feel like I gained my spirit back. Like, I for a fact know, like, the tree of life is a tree of your human spirit, of your more definition of humanity, definition of, like, Adam, um, Adam Kadmon is like the traditional Jewish version of the perfect man, who is like the perfected man in this master of this Kabbalistic tree of life, the Jewish one, but I, of course, going the Drakonian one, and like this tree represents your spirit, and I have felt long time, like for long time now, I have felt, because I'm a black magician by heart, that when you are walking with many dark beings, like possession is almost like you can't escape possession if you walk really intensely with such beings. And if you have a weak spirit, like a really weak spirit, it can happen that, like, your consciousness is like your spirit is always floating around, always like interacting with otherworldly experiences and knowledge and insights and wisdoms, that you're never grounded really. You all the time, all the damn day, you're never grounded, you're never on your feet, and you always never feel yourself, you just have like the strangest insights and incidents, because you are never completely yourself, because your spirit as a beginner, or like in the beginning stages, is not that strong that it can withhold, or it can properly absorb and alchemize these dark energies for your own self evolution and growth, but I have walked intensely on my black flame, on my chakras, like, but not in a usual sense. Like, I really much dissolved all these pre-programmed chakras. I'm not follower of these 0815 chakras. And this was apparent when I've gotten in the route of transforming, like, of initiating into the solar sphere. Like, I have made pretty intense chakra work. I started to dissolve the pre-programmed and pre-conditioned chakras into zero. I just destroyed them, and I replaced them, or transfigured them in some left-hand path tool of powers, some darker energy centers that we as black magicians uh, is useful, especially like from my experience, chakras are malleable, chakras are changeable, chakras are not fixed. On my experience, you can, if you have if enough willpower, if enough spiritual experience, insights, might and wisdom and willpower, you can pretty much change the structures of your chakras, how you ritually will it so, and I did it. I just destroyed all these preconditioned 0815 chakras, and and made them into the thing that my spiritual guides had told me to do so, and my intuition has told me to do so. I transfigured them into black magical weapons, into vampiric weapons, I did it, and this pretty much has like spilled out all of my trauma, all of my guilt, all of my like, I'm a deeply unsure person. I'm not a confident person. I never was really, but this really has helped me to get that out of my system. Really, because chakras can also be a storehouse for past traumas, and if you are dissolving them, if you are transfiguring them, you're also transfiguring your old traumas that are only holding you back and down, and I really much experienced that. When I have changed and dissolved and transfigured my chakras into alignment on my path, um, I stopped behaving I usually behave, like all these bad habits, all this laziness, all this stagnation. It really stopped almost like the day after. I did this transformation. And yeah, and I have more willpower, I have more self-assurance, I am more confident, I feel more energized and motivated and more manly to do the things I must do to progress on this path. And my connection, I think, to my higher self and connection to my guidance has also deepens. And I think this already happens by every initiation you do. But I think on the sixth sphere of the solar sphere, like solar sphere in the tree of life, and also in the clipothic tree of death, is traditionally the sphere where you get in contact with a higher self, aka in a traditional sense your holy guardian angel or your daimon. And I'm working more with my daimon. And in this sense, this allows me somehow to manifest stronger spiritual experiences and to interact with the spiritual world more, because the Tiferet sphere of the Kabbalistic tree of life is connected literally to every other sphere there is. Like, it's really the center sphere, and also represents traditionally your solar plexus. And I think the soul, wait, sorry. And I think, me personally, and my intuition tells me, like, the heart is not the soul. The soul is your solar plexus. Traditionally also known the think Manipura chakra, your solar chakra, is your soul. Like, I'm not working with the 0815 chakra system, but just depict in your mind the center of your body. There lies the soul. It is literally the soul. The sun in English is like sun, and other languages, like for example soul and soul on, like, for like I have a word in my mind. I'm not exactly Solomon. If of course Solomon is literally three different names of a sun in one word, just sun, literally. And I think sun represents also our soul. That's why I think when you are really inspired to do chakra work, or for example unifying your chakra, don't unify it in your heart, but in your literally on a solar plexus, because there is your soul, and there also lies a diamond, your higher self. Yeah, this was like my insight on this path of my initiation right now in the solar sphere. And why I'm late night in my car? Because I'm going martial arts and it is pretty late, and I will go now, literally just sleep and wake early up, because the next day will also be a long day for me. And yeah, guys, I am happy that this new journey wasn't that challenging, but rewarding in some sense. And I think more things will come to me, yeah, when I progress. I'm Max Angry, Serpent and Publisher, and we surely see us again. Goodbye, guys, and good night, good evening, or wherever you are.